Hello beautiful people, welcome to this YouTube video.
Hi guys.
J Thyna here and my husband 24 Elders.
Hello family.
Today we're coming to you with the juicy juice of my pregnancy and delivery experience, guys.
Yeah.
I was telling someone how I saw Pepe whilst having our baby. And finally we're here. We're about to share the story, share the testimonies, so many testimonies around it.
Yeah.
But God has been faithful. God has shown his faithfulness, and we have him to thank for this testimony.
I'm gonna be hearing more about the in-depth of the delivery from me more because I saw it.
Yeah, he saw everything. When I couldn't see myself, my husband saw me. Starting from how we went for an actual appointment, health appointment, and they told us that our baby is quite big after the ultrasound, and it will be advised to do an induction so they could bring the baby out earlier than when he just chooses to come by himself. So we opted in for it, and then 2 days later we went in for an induction. Thursday night it was. And then we got there. They induced me. It wasn't easy. They were looking for where to induce. I was screaming like a donkey. But they induced me, and a new phase started. We waited from Thursday to
Sunday, isn't it?
No, the next induction.
Oh yeah, the whole 24 hours.
Okay.
So to Friday there was another induction, and then Saturday again. So that lasted so you were induced for 48 hours.
Okay, so I was induced for 48 hours. Then by Saturday, my husband shared my bed with me, and my water broke.
Shared the bed with her, meaning
he laid beside me. Sorry for people
on the hospital beds that are usually small. So
he laid beside me. I think discomfort or something, or just the oxytocin. My husband is here. Just gave me that.
The water just broke.
And then the water broke, and then
and then the water broke. And then so that was the beginning of another stage where you began to have contractions that were quite longer and more painful, intense.
So after the induction, when the induction was done, then we honey, what was the next phase?
So that was when you began to have those consecutive
contractions.
That
Listen, it was so painful. Don't mind people who tell you contractions. It's like menstrual pain. It's not like menstrual pain. It's painful,
intense. I saw the way. My
husband had to push me on the chair. He was rocking me like a baby. Vroom, 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 vroom. Listen, I wanted to use the bathroom. He rocked me to the bathroom on the couch, but the couch had wheels, so he was pushing me on the chair. Don't let anybody lie to you. Please.
Honestly, compared to that, the contraction she was having before we went to the hospital in that week prior to when we had our baby, those ones we thought those were intense, but they were not.
I'm telling you,
the ones you had after the water broke, crazy. And after the contraction, that was on Saturday now. So at this point, we kept on calling these people to come and attend to you because we were like, yes, the baby's coming today. After the water broke, we still didn't know, there was a process. And these people clearly knew that. They didn't even tell us how it was going to be. So, anyways, after that, what happened?
It was now time to get the epidural.
Because at this point, she was in so much pain. I can't even describe it. I saw everything with my eyes. Like she was somebody else. Honestly, you were someone else. You were just in so much pain, gruesome. And it was time. So you were asking for the epidural, on time, because there was something that was going to be the next stage before the epidural. I think they were going to give you the epidural so that you can be ready. You could be ready for the delivery, for the pushing now. Yes. So she was due for pushing. And then it was time for her to get epidural. So we went into the theater for epidural.
Went into the labor room for the epidural. It was later that we went to the theater.
Okay. Labor room,
So yeah.
So after, let me continue.
Okay, honey. Thank you.
So that epidural day, I mean, it was on the same day.
I think it's important that we take a break here and make sure that people know why we made this video. And the reason is because people think once you're pregnant and you walk into the hospital, you walk out with a baby. Because obviously, I just randomly posted our baby is here. People think that's how it is. Young people, listen to me. Having a baby is sacrifice. Having a baby is not going to be as easy as you think. You know, that's why we're making this video, just so that you can be aware. I was ready, but I wasn't as ready as what happened with childbearing. I wasn't as ready.
No, you didn't know all of those.
I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to go through all of that. So, honey, please continue.
Honestly, my wife is so strong. You know, I need to say that. You are so strong. You were so strong, and you are so strong.
Thank you.
Because how were you able to stand those pains? Coming to epidural, that was the part that was so. There were like 3 parts of this experience that really touched me. Like, God, women, oh my God. So the first part is this epidural part. So they got this expert guy, anesthetist, to come and administer the epidural for her, and it's going to be done on the back. I think you're going to mention the reason why we took epidural as well, right?
Yeah, because everything was already so painful. It was because our baby was big, and that's the reason why we even did the induction. So everything was more painful. It was my first time as well, so I've never experienced anything like that. I used to think, I used to have period pain. It would just be like period pain. No, it's nothing like it. So when I was taking the epidural, they told me to bend my back. My husband started to pity for me.
Let me describe the process. The process was really, it's something I don't even want to see again. Honestly, I don't want to say it was too much. But anyways, this expert guy came in and as he was preparing for the epidural, he was telling us the process. So we're gonna administer this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna give you that. And he was washing his hand. He was doing it again. Everything ready. I'm like, everything was just going so quick. And before we knew it, they said, okay, now you have to sit down, and then you have to lean over on your stomach. Very heavily pregnant. And remember, guys, we said the baby was big. So she had to sit on the baby literally. I was like, these guys are not considering the fact that she's pregnant, the baby is there.
That's
their job, isn't it? They know that the baby will not be hurt anyway.
Right.
So they pushed her back down. She was so uncomfortable. And then they began to do the epidural. It was like they needed, the guy came to fix the cannula, something like a cannula, but it's not for the hand, it's for the backbone. So he did that. It was a long process. My wife, my babe, my girl, she was in pain. My lovely, beautiful. This one that's looking so beautiful. Honestly, she's looked.
We're definitely going to be adding pictures and videos of our experience. Thank God my husband. God, he's coughing. Thank God my husband was documenting everything. So the guy finished his work and they gave us this button to be pressing the shot for they call it bolus, something like that. Pressing the bolus for the epidural to go into her body and eradicate the pain for that time being. I think it goes for every 10 minutes. Yeah. So anytime you administer, I press the button, he administers a shot of the epidural. It means you didn't sleep through the night because we were there over the night. My husband kept pressing the thing to go into my veins, my bones.
Yeah, into
Kai, you're a hero, man.
You are the biggest hero.
I beg.
No.
But
So continuing from there, so that was done, and then at this point in time, the pain subsided because we had something to control the pain. And now it was time during the day on Sunday
morning. I was laying down like a bag of rice,
and then we had this very nice person that God sent to us to help us.
Our midwife,
Gordy. Gordy, honestly, she was an angel. So she was the one that was sent to us to help with the delivery process, which is the first one. They wanted to attempt vaginal delivery.
Vaginal birth,
vaginal birth. So my wife
started pushing.
She got on the bed. They plugged her up. Raised her leg so high like that. I'm like, why did they open her leg so high?
I'm gonna bite your hand.
I'm like, this guys, man. Why did they just expose our legs like that? So they plugged her legs.
Papa, stop.
Honestly, I was just feeling for her so much. I didn't even know what to do. The best I could do was just to be there every second of the time and to be praying alongside.
And he had created a playlist for me. He called it Miracle Room. All my favorite worship songs were in that playlist, and it was playing throughout in the labor room. Honey, continue.
So it was time for the vagina, delivery. So the angel, the midwife, really helped, and my wife did a really strong push. She was pushing like with her strength, even though. Guys, taking the epidural doesn't mean that everything is gone. No,
yes, so
no, she still needed to push with her own strength and her power. So she was doing that, and then as she was pushing, this lady, she was monitoring the health of her baby.
Yeah, they were listening to his heartbeat because it was connected.
They needed to know whether the baby is healthy even while pushing. Yeah. So something was connected, like the monitor was connected to monitor the baby's health, and then as she was pushing. Even me too, I was like, push, baby, you can do it. Yes, do it, baby. Push. You're doing great. I kept encouraging her. So with the lady as well. And then to move forward from there, the lady detected that the heart
midwife. What you keep saying with midwife? The midwife detected that our baby's heartbeat had stopped and it was slowing down. It was slowing down first and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And then she pulled the emergency buzzer and like 15 doctors came into the room. I'm not even exaggerating. Crowds.
Well, a lot of people there.
Everybody. What's your name? No, they didn't say what's your name. They just threw the clothes to you. Was it?
Oh, for me to wear for
surgery clothes.
It's the name I call it.
Yeah. Scrubs. Is it?
Scrubs, something like that.
Yeah, his scrubs.
Yeah. They knew.
And the hairnet for my husband to wear, and then they started pushing me into the labor room, like what you see in movies. I was in a movie. I was just seeing the lights, and then they were pushing me. Someone asked me, Christian or Muslim? I said Muslim.
Do you have any allergies?
No, I said Christian. Do you have any allergies? No, they were injecting me on every part of my body. Because it was emergency and my body had gone through a lot.
Yeah.
So all I could feel were injections, feet, leg, lap, belly, around belly, hands, everywhere you can think of.
Too much, guys. Too much.
And I was like, where's my husband? But I didn't know he was changing his clothes until...
Prior to that, though, when they came in, the head of the doctor, I would say, the guy normally says iron. The guy was like, we're doing CS. So we're doing CS. And mind you guys, this was an emergency CS.
Yeah.
Not like we opted in for that. No, we didn't. It was out of their own
They gave
discretion.
us options. They said they could puncture our baby out. They could use something.
Yeah.
It just looks like, where you're trying to puncture poo to go down the drain. I said, puncture what? No, I'd rather go through the pain than they now try to drag him with one hand out from the womb or something.
Even his hand could.
Yeah, they told us all the things that could happen to him. I said, no. Yeah. I would take the pain.
So that was why she went in for the emergency CS in the theater. So at this point I couldn't see my wife there because they just took her away to the theater.
And then you came.
And they gave me the
later.
outfit. I was just praying in that room where I was. You weren't there. This was what was happening in that room where I was. As I was changing, wearing the headnet, wearing the blue scrubs, and I was just shaka pratenko shadeke leya brekalendeke lele brother. Oh God, you are going to do this. You have already done this. You have given us your word.
You were praying all these things.
I was doing that. I was like, you've given us your word. You have rolled up your sleeves.
God gave us a word before the delivery for our birth. He said, this is your birthing scripture. Let's say it together, honey. God has rolled up his sleeves. All the nations can see his holy muscled arm. Everyone from one end of the earth to the other sees him at work, doing his salvation work in our life. What scripture is it?
It's in somewhere in Isaiah, I think.
Isaiah, yes. I think it's Isaiah 51:10.
Yeah, somewhere in Isaiah, yeah. We'll put it up.
We'll put it up. Yeah. So, my husband
I was quoting the scripture and I was going to pray because for me, I didn't even want them to tear her up. I was like, she's gone through a lot already. But that was the best solution.
Yeah.
So after I got dressed and then someone just came to call me and they said, now you can come to the theater. And they hadn't done anything. They were just prepping for CS, emergency CS. there were a lot. If I could count by memory, there were like 15 people.
They weren't even prepping anything. Immediately they took me into the room. They started the work immediately. They told me open rights immediately. So maybe it was that far. Maybe it took a while for you to come because you're changing, but it really wasn't that long because I had to sign an approval for them to do it to me, and then they were asking me some questions about my health,
Wow.
So it wasn't long. Immediately
I even thought they started when I was there.
No.
Okay.
They now told me open. My people, while they were doing it, I was feeling everything.
There was a
the anesthetic had not kicked in. So I was feeling everything. You know when they're tearing you blade.
Apparently, if that was what they wanted to do before, if you had opted in for CS, they would have been giving you things, and they would have allowed more time for the anesthesia to kick in.
Yeah, maybe, but sometimes they say sometimes it's not always 100%.
She was on 95%.
So immediately they started, tearing me.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes, I heard my babies cry.
Oh, it was really quick.
I said, now you people are speaking my language.
Yeah.
Let me see. They put him on my chest. I said, beautiful. They took a picture of us, me, 24, and our baby. They telling me smile. My face was there. If you see the picture, I'm probably going to put it on this video.
I remember I was like, baby, our baby's here. It was like you were not even 100% there. So she wasn't there, but she knew what was happening, but she was half aware, half away,
My eyes were closed throughout the
I was singing worship songs into your ears.
You were.
I was singing worship songs over and over, and I was just reassuring her that you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
I know I will be fine. I knew I would be fine. I knew nothing would happen to me.
I need to thank my wife. She was really strong. I said that before, but even doing CS for the first time, for someone going through that for the first time, she was really cool and calm. I don't know, why were you so calm though?
While they were sewing me back up.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there when they sewing me back up.
They said, okay, now you can go. Yeah, because
he took the baby out. I was screaming, ouch. They said, should we put you to sleep, Justina? I said, no.
Oh yeah, they kept asking that. Yeah.
Continue.
Even during.
Ouch. 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 Are you in pain, Justina? Yes. Ouch. I could feel everything.
Hold on a second. Please, just imagine that. You're being cut with scissors. Whatever they call it, forceps.
Yeah.
Into your skin. And she was feeling it.
The anesthetic hadn't kicked in.
That was just too much. That was too much. And they kept asking her, even they asked me, should they put her to sleep? She wanted to experience everything.
Not that I wanted to experience everything. I don't like to go to that kind of by force sleep.
Not for you to even go through the pain. That's not that kind of thing.
And I didn't want it to be that, oh wow, you had a baby. And I wasn't aware.
Nice to see.
I want to be aware that I have a baby. I want to be sure that this boy is my own. So yeah.
So anyway, so they sent me out of the room and they were doing all of that. I didn't even know she went through all of that. I knew when they were just making decisions to bring out the baby, she was feeling pains then as well. And we were just worshiping and she was still singing, still very calm, honestly. Like, wow, this is such a beautiful girl, man. This is such a strong girl. And guys, please. My love for her,
it has quadrupled.
Honestly, multiplied like by hundreds and millions, because I was like, how did she go through all of that for us, for me, for our baby? This is sacrifice. This is sacrifice.
Right.
Like, to the tiniest bit of the meaning, this is sacrifice. So anyways, we thought that was everything, that was it, but no.
It wasn't it. That was not the end.
It wasn't it.
Then they took me out I went into the labor room. I had my baby by 1:00. The next time I was seeing my family was like around 5 o'clock to 6.
It took more time for them
so much because I was in pain, so they were taking how they would normally just sew you quick. They didn't sew me just anyhow. They took their time. So when I went back to the labor room, to the delivery ward, recovery. I was like, I want to see my husband, my baby, I'm hungry. Like, I was not speaking like myself, I was just there. The next day in call, I was now in pain. They were giving me painkillers, wasn't working. I don't even know.
No, even before the next day, you were fine when they brought you into the room, when you finally saw us.
Yes.
But even when she saw us, like, she couldn't really look at the baby, honestly, because she was still in pain. Even though the epidural, the anesthesia, everything they gave her, they were just wearing out bit by bit. We didn't even know that at night on that Sunday, you were going to be in so much pain. For me, I was like, oh, we're done. Now we can go home. But no, she was in so much pain. The painkillers, the epidurals and everything, anesthesia, they had worn out. Now she was feeling the pain. Oh, God. She was feeling the pain.
So they started giving me painkillers. Wasn't working.
It was not working.
The next day, I couldn't eat because obviously, and then someone came in the room and said, "You're gonna have porridge."
So they asked you before that. They asked you not to eat.
They asked me not to eat anyways.
For like 24 hours.
So by the next day,
something crazy happened.
By the next day, something crazy happened. They now brought me porridge. From that porridge, my tummy started paining me.
Yeah, oatmeal.
My tummy started to pain me seriously. Then at some point, the next day, I started to gag.
Yeah, that was like midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight, yeah.
And then my husband pulled the emergency buzzer again.
Oh my God, it was so scary.
About 20 doctors ran there. And they started to check me. Everything that was coming out from my mouth was black in color.
Yeah.
Black.
Guys, this was too bad.
And then they did the test and saw that my bowels were tied.
Yeah, they called it.
Continue.
So they had to quickly consult the stomach doctors, and then they came in and then they saw that her bowels were twisted. Because she had just undergone that CS, and then her bowels were not ready at all to consume food or to process food. So apparently that midwife that told her to have oatmeal, she was entirely wrong, because she was like, you can have food now, you can start with oatmeal. Normally she wasn't supposed to have anything for the next 2 days. She was supposed to be having liquid. So because of that reason, that was why she was having that that vomit that you were having. She was just gagging, and then she was having that regurgitation, that wasn't planned at all.
And then the next phase was to take me for test. Yeah. So they put me into one thing that's like a refrigerator. I keep calling it refrigerator because it was so cold. And the thing inside it, they told me, because I wasn't wearing clothes to get into it. What's that thing called? They use it for people who want to do like scan. Chemotherapy.
MRI scan. It's a scanner, yeah.
And then I said, breathe in, breathe out. I was doing everything.
But did they inject you anything?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew that nothing would happen to me anyways.
No, honestly, you were so calm.
I know. God has given me a scripture. Nothing can happen to me. I can't die young. I know that one. Bam. The worst has even happened before. This one is small. So, what was I saying, honey?
So the scan, So you had a scan.
So I had 2 scans. CT scan, the one that they scanned my belly to see everything, to know where it's tied and where it's not tied. Half of the left part of my belly had grown like a refrigerator block, like it was block shape. It wasn't like round.
Block shape.
I was like SpongeBob. Listen, I still was not worrying. The people that they now finished all this scan, taking from floor to floor, elevator to elevator, pushing me in the whole of the hospital. Kai. My husband and my baby were just there. My husband was feeding my baby.
I was quickly taught how to feed the baby, change baby, all of that, change diapers straight away on that same day, on Sunday. And so I was doing all of that, making sure the baby was okay, because this guy came out hungry. Guy was very hungry. So I was feeding the baby and making sure the baby was fine. But I mentioned that
God has done something for us. So.
Honestly, I mentioned that there were 3 things. There were 3 things that really touched me and made my love for my wife multiply, in millions. The second one was the delivery of, you going through CS.
Now the third one.
The first one was epidural. The second one was delivery. Now the third one is what we're about to talk about,
So they said they had to put a pipe through my nose to suck out everything that I had eaten since after I had my baby. I'm like, pipe through my nose, how? They said, yes, pipe through your nose. They brought one woman. She brought a thin pipe that was like an iPhone cord. She put the pipe into my nose. It wasn't working. They told me drink water. As they were putting it, I was tearing up. Everything was coming out from my nose, my mouth, my eyes, my ears, like liquid was coming out.
Picture of that. We're gonna put the picture up. Should we?
No, that one is too gruesome, man.
That one is too much.
Guys,
this was the time that 24 was crying. 24 cried.
My husband cried for the first time.
I cried because I couldn't stand it. I was like, how could someone I love so much be going through so much discomfort and pains? Pipe in the nose to go into the stomach, and they said they're gonna give you water to drink so that you can swallow. So they wanted you to swallow the pipe.
I was swallowing the pipe
with water. They were putting in the pipe. She was swallowing water to swallow the pipe. How is that possible?
Yes, and then the black things were now coming out from the.
Yeah, they had something like a bag connected to the end of the pipe where it was sucking out all the food you had.
Yeah.
Guys, we're laughing about it now and then we're grateful about it because it is Thanksgiving now and look at her,
Yeah.
So that's why. But this moment in time, honestly.
So the first person couldn't put it. They now brought another doctor. Like they brought it from another hospital to come and do the same thing because it's like a nose and throat doctor. So he was the one that could administer this, medication to me.
Yeah.
Then he put it into my nose. And I was tearing up, and he was putting it deep down. Bigger pipe, not like the iPhone called first people. Big one like this, so I could suck out everything.
Yeah. So
they didn't even tell us that you'd be there for 24 hours.
No, and I actually asked where they were doing. I said, okay, so how does this work? They said they'll just put that in, they'll suck out everything once, and then they'll take it out. They said it was gonna be there for like 12 hours.
12 hours. So.
No.
The God that sees the end from the beginning was with me. So they now came to give me a medication through, I think it was a drip through my cannula in my hand. And the nurse or the midwife now mistakenly pushed the pipe that's in my nose.
Oh, yeah.
So it now scattered.
It
irritated me. But that wasn't the end. The thing that they used to glue it to my outer nose now removed, and the nose and throat doctor had left. Barely all this inner doctor had left. So they were now trying to. I don't know them. Call them. I can't because they had moved it, so it was not comfortable anymore. So you call them, let them come and take it off. Nobody was coming. I had to, because I couldn't speak at the time anymore. I was now writing everything I wanted to say to my husband. I told him to give me a pen and paper.
Guys, she was using pen and paper to write, just to communicate.
I'm very, I always know what I want. I always know what I want to say.
Someone that's his vocal.
So you now shut me up for 24 hours. As she moved it, I knew I couldn't take it anymore, my people. I pulled it out myself. I pulled the pipe out myself from my nose, from my throat. Out.
Where was I then? I think I went to get something.
You went to call them too.
Oh.
Nobody was calling.
Before I go back, my soldier
had pulled it out.
Yeah.
They're now telling me all the bad things that could happen to my enemy. Me, I know that nothing can happen to me. Maybe I don't burn the bone. Will make me come this hospital. Yeah. Then from that day, another phase of recovering from that whole experience. Yeah. While I was there, they didn't want to release me because my temperature was high. They said I had lost so much blood. They want to do blood infusion. I said I don't want.
Yeah. So they
now said they would do iron infusion.
Yeah. So she had two options, which was to take iron, or to take blood.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, you're not gonna take blood. So, but
no, we were. I chose not to. If I say I won't take, you go say no.
No, I won't say no. After everything you're going to everything you want, you take over. So anyway, so she said no to taking blood. And not that. What was the reason why?
I just wasn't ready for that. I had gone through so much. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, taking blood when you need it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it wrong. I wasn't led to. Mm-hmm. Every medication I agreed to take at that hospital, I was led to. The ones I declined. You need to be, that's how you need to know what is good for you and what is not. Since after I went to take porridge, my spirit was saying, don't take this porridge. Don't take it. You are a child of God. You listen to your spirit. Listen to the Holy Spirit in you.
Yeah.
He was telling me, don't take it. I went to take it, and that was the beginning of another problem. So I said, from now on, anything that my spirit is saying no to, I'm not taking it. Sorry. If the queen likes, let her come and tell me, Justina is good for it, I won't take it. So yeah. So that was.
So there was even a time when you had no more veins for them to pull.
Yeah. So they needed to after everything I was running temperature, so they needed to continue giving me medications, antibiotics. There was now no veins again because I have only like 2 to 3 veins.
My wife's hands had swollen.
They had finished me.
Feet swollen, everything swollen.
Different doctors came to check for vein, no vein. I was still fine, Yeah. Psychologically, I don't think I was 100% because I'd been through so much shock. Right. But spiritually, right, I wasn't letting anybody trample on the gift of God that He has given to me, which is His word and His promise. So they now called one Iya that told me, I never miss. She's from India. I never miss a vein. I will get she now told them to get the thing. They got the tiniest pin. Yeah. And she inserted the pin where you can never think a vein would be, and there was a vein there that didn't hurt. Yeah. God did another miracle there because I needed to take those medications. They wouldn't let me go if I don't. Not be like Nigeria. If you say you want to go home, they will open the door for you. These people are not going to let me go. So yeah.
So guys, honestly, it was a whole lot of.
And then we started to pray for me to feel better.
Yeah.
So that they could release me. I'd been there for almost 2 weeks. I was tired.
Yeah.
And every time they come to check my temperature, it's high. Every time it's high. I'm cold, but I'm hot. Then the last time they were going to check my temperature, I said, honey, come and lay down beside me. I need oxytocin. Do you remember?
I can't remember that.
Yeah, I told him to lay down beside me. That if they come to check, they will find out that I'm fine. And when they came to check for this last time, they said, Justina, you're good to go home. Meanwhile, my husband had been praying for me. Praying for me, bringing things for communion. I couldn't eat normal food. I couldn't eat anything because I was irritated from that pipe going through my nostrils and my throat. But I was just taking liquid. My husband was there for me. He was never found missing. Like, honey, where are you? He's there. I'm here. And that's something that I'm grateful to God for, because it was God that did it for me. He took His leave at the right time. God was so good. God is so good. And then we came home. The day we were leaving the hospital, I was walking like a tortoise. Every time I say it, you laugh. I was walking like tortoise, sluggishly. The car was waiting for me. My mom-in-law had carried my baby, my husband, everybody had entered into the car. Me, I was walking like a tortoise.
Gosh.
Then I got into it. To calm down, Uncle, I couldn't calm down.
Guys,
pains.
Those periods were when my words of affirmation and words of encouragement got even way better, because I was just speaking to my wife. I was just telling her, you are so beautiful. You are so fine. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're good. You're strong. You're healthy. Your stomach is going to come back to shape. You're going to be even more beautiful than this by the time you recover. And your recovery is going to be so quick. It's going to be so speedy. And then alongside praying as well. My
recovery has been so quick. This is just 8 weeks postpartum.
Yeah, we're making this video 8 weeks after.
And my tummy has changed. My body has changed. I was dancing for my husband today.
They can see how fine you look now.
No, I mean, I can look fine, but like I've cooked, I've done everything that I couldn't do when I first came from the hospital.
Yeah.
I couldn't get on the bed. Remember the first night you came from the hospital?
Oh, should I talk about it?
Yes.
That night she couldn't sleep at all, and she was literally having hallucinations of everything that happened in the hospital. She was replaying.
I was asleep.
She was asleep. Because I was lying beside her, and she was having all these hallucinations. She was saying, no, I don't want blood. She was saying that like loud out while sleeping. And I would just wake up I'll be like, what did you what? And then I just look back, no, this is
remove the pin, remove the injection.
Yes,
It's paining me. This.
Guys, I was just feeling so sorry. I'm like, God, to have a baby, you have to go through all of this. And we're like, this.
Everyone who's seen this video, be careful to ask me, when are we having another one? Just mind your teeth before I break it. So literally, this whole experience, we made this video for 2 good reasons. One, so that young people don't think, oh, we could juggle and I'll get pregnant, I'll give birth, I'll do that. Be ready for anything that will come. 2, to give God all the glory, because there's nothing that God will do for us that will keep to ourselves. There is nothing. God needs to take all the glory. There's so much He's done for us. We may not have remembered everything in this video, but everything that we shared, nothing. In fact, whilst in the hospital, the people were going to push me back to my room did not know my room again. I was saying my room is room 15, ward this, Kiniko. They were not hearing me. I don't even know how that was possible till I now did my hand or something, and then they now said, what did you say? And I said my room. And I said, oh, aren't we idiots? I said, well, I could be idiots in my mind. How can you take me from my room? You're the one who took me from my room and you don't know where my room is after my tests. Anyways,
and
I started to get back on my feet small. If I want to get up from the bed, my husband pushes my back. He will stand beside me, push my back, bring my leg down.
We did that
million and one times. Till we started to get to the point where he will go to work and leave me and the baby, because he had to work. I will be with the baby. I'll be laying down like this, changing diapers while laying down streets. The baby will be beside me.
Just a lot of things that we can't even talk about. But
healing. When my healing came, it came at once. It's not you can do this now, you can't do that now. My husband prayed me into healing. We sat on the couch. He was praying. That day he told me you were tearing up. He was praying for me. I could feel the power of God entering into me and every pain leaving me.
That day, what I remember was that I was frustrated now spiritually. Like, what is going on? She needs to be fine. And then out of that, that anger, spiritual anger, I just lay my hands and I'm like, this thing disappear out in the name of Jesus. I was praying over and over. And then we had communion on that same day.
Yes.
And that was where the healing began. The actual healing.
Yes, I remember the first day we had mommy and daddy as husband and wife. That wasn't even a long time ago. My husband was just thanking God, because with everything he saw, and now he's able to have intimacy with his wife. He's able to hold his wife, and I'm not saying don't touch my belly. Like I wasn't in fear because I was in so much fear. Don't touch my belly by chance, because every part of my lower belly was on fire. Like, what is this? So
we give glory to God. Honestly, one thing I want to say is that one thing that's very important I wanted to say is that God sent us angels even at the hospital. And also the devil sent his own angels. Yeah,
but God's angels countered theirs.
Of course.
Another thing I want to say is thank you for reading me of every bad energy. You know, a lot at the hospital, some people say, I did CS sooner, I born twins, I did CS. My husband said, you are not the same with my wife. My husband shunned the woman. This is like a one, I don't even midwife. Someone that was changing the beds, our own fellow Nigerian, that doesn't understand that when people are going through pain, you only sympathize. You don't say, I went to CS too. My husband cleared her. Everybody who was going to say something against, what I was going through, he cleared them. He eradicated every bad energy just so that I could heal quicker. And I want to thank you for that, honey.
You're welcome, baby.
So
that was
God must be praised, and that's why we made this video. I did not die while having my child. I know I can't die. Waiting the soap. God has given me even more assignments, and now that I'm back with my 10 toes standing on the ground.
I remember I was telling you that once you're back, you're gonna do even things greater than what you have done.
Yes, absolutely.
When you were not pregnant. So guys, you're gonna be expectant of this superstar. She's coming out. She's coming out with a lot of
Coming in
things.
hot.
So you know, a lot of things are gonna be happening. Massive things, you know. So she's stronger. She's more beautiful. She's better, and what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey, and
You're welcome.
thank you for everyone who sat back to watch till the end. You're a real one. Let us know how you feel about this video. Let us comment, engage. You have to engage to let us know that you are blessed in the ways that you are by our testimony. And remain blessed, remain on fire for God. See you in my next video.